The Tales of the Magical Kingdom, Tale the Fifth. The Space Colony of the Magical Kingdom. It had been many, many years since the great accidental nuclear holocaust and the land was slowly recovering. The Magical Empire's magical sphere of influence was steadily growing more prosperous, and the magical people were genuinely happy. The happiness of the people was greatly increased by the discovery of something called science, which allowed for these fantastic things called inventions, like microwave ovens and automatic staplers. But the biggest thing to be produced with the magic of science was rocket technology, first introduced by Dr. Bale. Gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the latest, greatest invention to come from the magical field of science. This is called a rocket. You've seen them before on smaller scales, attached to magical planes or screaming towards soon-to-be annihilated targets. But these rockets are peaceful, so they'll blow things up peacefully. Please, Mr. Wayne, don't interrupt. These rockets aren't for blowing things up. They are instead for transporting people into space, and they will blow things up. Okay, you're really gonna have to let me finish explaining. The people won't be there to blow things up. Instead, they will be there to increase our knowledge of space and the cosmos, and such knowledge will be used to blow things up. No, Bruce, let me finish! After finally silencing him, Dr. Bale managed to explain that he was trying to pioneer a magical space exploration program, one to be used simply for the sake of learning. Without any major threats coming their way, and with magical elections just around the corner, the Magical Council of Decisioners decided that it was as good a time as any to attempt something as risky and exciting as the magical space exploration program. Funding was appropriated, and within 5 years, their magical blueprints on the surface of the moon. As they were made, 100 million people sat in front of their magical television sets and heard the astronauts speak these magical words. I'm on a moon! And with these words, the entire magical kingdom caught space fever. The good kind of space fever, not the one that causes your eyeballs to melt, but the one that makes you want to go live in space. To accommodate the will of the people, the magical government invested heavily in creating the first ever magical space colony. In 5 more short years, plus 2 long ones, the plans were finalized and construction was commenced to great magical fanfare. As soon as it was completed, citizens began to sign up for relocation in droves, and there's quickly a magical 6-month waiting period. However, important people were able to move to the head if they wished. One of those people was the Lady Kate Rawlinson, wife of the very wealthy Sir Richard Rawlinson, made rich and famous for his magical singing, dancing, and philanthropy. For the last time, Richard, I'm leaving you. We're just too incompatible.
No, my lady baby, you can't do this to me.
I'm sorry, Rick.
But remember our wedding vows.
He cried.
I promise I'll never give you up, never let you down, never run around and desert you. I promise never to make you cry, never say goodbye, never tell a lie and hurt you.
Oh, she wept. That was beautiful, but I've made up my mind. So long, Richard. And with that final statement, she boarded the next rocket out of there.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Upon arriving on the moon, the Lady Kate was given a tour of the magical facilities so that her mind would be more at ease.
Welcome to the magical moon colony, my lady. If you hang on tightly, you'll soon begin our tour, and here we go. On the left, you can see some of the main residential areas. Yes, those tiny little pods over there. Don't worry, yours is better. Right next to them is the atmospheric theater tube, which provides air to this section of the magical colony. However, air comes from a central location, which we will be approaching shortly. It is generated by one machine, the Superplexing Atmospheric Regeneration and Transportation Array, or Sparta for short. Ah, and here it is. This is Sparta!
The lady was amazed. It was by far the most complicated, amazing, and extensive, and astonishing piece of technology that she had ever seen, and she had seen the first microwave oven. It's beautiful.
Yes, it is. It's also incredibly hot, so we're just gonna whisk right by it. And there it goes.
The Lady Kate turned out to be well suited to the environs of a space colony. She adapted to the low gravity left side quickly enough, and soon became a well-respected and highly valued member of society. Then, one day...
Sir, Sparta's overheating! What's wrong?
It's the flux capacitors! They're working at only 93% efficiency!
Well then, turn it off!
But sir, if we shut off Sparta, everyone will suffocate!
Well then, better that than blowing up. Shut it down.
Yes, sir. Shutting down Sparta. There. We now have 30 minutes before we all suffocate.
Thanks for the update. Alright, team. You know what we have to do. It's time to fix it.
Actually, I'm new here. What are we gonna do, sir?
It's simple, really. We just have to reboot the flux capacitor.
But how will that help?
Alright. Let me put it to you this way. Sparta is so powerful, it can easily fall ill. and flux capacitors are like its medicine. Well, Sparta didn't take enough medicine, so now it has a fever, and the only prescription is more flux capacity. Got it? Look, maybe you should just stay behind him out of the whole operation. The rest of you, come with me.
With that out of the way, the team ventured out into magical icy blackness of space and managed to fix Sparta in 23 minutes. An investigation soon revealed that the cause of the malfunction was a magical pipe bomb, which explained the mysterious ticking noise that had been heard for the last 4 hours. In other words,
sabotage.
Everyone gasped, and then they coughed a lot because the air was still kind of stale. After everything had subsided, the lunar president spoke.
But who would do such a thing? Everyone loves our magical moon colony. We're like candy. Well, apparently someone was sick to his or her stomach. This was the work of a professional saboteur. We should all be dead. But we're not, which means that we can catch the culprit. But how? This place is huge. Well, let's think. Who would have reason to destroy our colony?
There came a small cough in the back of the magical room. It was ignored because most people were still having a little trouble breathing. But it came again, louder and with more magical purpose. And then the third time, the magical cougher coughed. And it became apparent that this was no ordinary cough, no natural spasm on the respiratory tract caused by an unsatisfactory air intake. This was an excuse me, but I think I may be some sort of assistance sort of cough, the kind generally reserved for action films and cinemas. But this was no magical cinema. Yes, whoever you are, speak up. Oh, Lady Kate. I think I know who it may be. Cut the estate of Sir Richard Robinson.
Any report from the worker yet? No, sir. Very good. I mean, no, not good at all. I need to know if he was successful. What could be wrong? I'm getting a report now, sir. Apparently he managed to insert the device, but the damage was repaired too quickly and the operation was unsuccessful. Damn. Actually, if I'm understanding this correctly, the operation was double plus unsuccessful. Well, that's just plus on good. What went on right? I do not know, sir. Also, there appear to be some federal agents at the door, sir, demanding your presence. Tell them I'm in the conference call. Very well. It appears they have just broken down the front door, sir, which is a real shame since you just had it revarnished. Quite true. Very well. To the panic bunker. Very good, sir. Will you be wanting your slippers? Yes, the spiked ones if you can find them. Of course, sir. Excellent choice.
Unfortunately for Sir Richard, his panic bunker was labeled as such, and the magical federations had no trouble finding him. He was hauled out and arrested on one count of trying to destroy a colony, found guilty, and sentenced to combat in the magical gladiator pit. This is the very special sentencing because it marked the first time in 89 magical years that the magical gladiator pit was going to be used for a civic judicial function. For the past 3 generations, it had been used as an underappreciated tourist attraction and a Saturday morning Waffle House, famous for super sweet syrup and tiny pancakes. It was such a special occasion at the pit that the last pit keeper was unfrozen to provide special concessions to the magical spectators who were spilling out of their magical seats in droves.
Peanuts, get your peanuts here. Salty, crunchy peanuts. $20 for one bag, 38 for 2, and so on.
Keeping with the magnitude of the occasion, the lunar president himself presided over the magical ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first gladiator bout of the century. The crowd went wild and cheered. For those of you here at the pit, I extend to you a warm welcome. And for those of you stuck at home, ditto. The accused is a noble, Sir Richard Rawlinson, and since there hasn't been a state gladiator in decades, we decided to splurge a bit and bring the opponent out from the magical hinterlands, an elder vampiric lawyer. The crowd went wild with cheering. So, Richard, Lord of Astley, are you ready to fight for your life?
Quite frankly.
Then have at ye. The cage was activated to release its cargo out of this magically outdated word, magically disintegrated into nothingness in the coolest fashion imaginable. The evil yell, finally able to move about, immediately charged the weakest, closest-looking target, which, fortunately for the spectators, was the accused. He was devoured on the spot, and the magical space colony prospered for generations to come.